Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Derek here. We are back with another episode of Shadow and Bone. This is season 1, episode 6. After this, there's only 2 more episodes left. And this one is called The Heart is an Arrow. What happened last time on Shadow and Bone? Well, the first half was frustrating, to say the least. It was just this lovey-dovey, hangout session with Alina and Prince Caspian, and then they made out, and then they made out again. It was just pissing me off. I was so mad. Meanwhile, a heist was being planned, kind of a heist, more like kidnapping. And then we learned a whole bunch of info. So some of my suspicions were correct, where I was just making dumb jokes. I was like, this guy's probably ancient. He's probably 500 years old. Turns out he is. So Prince Caspian is the Black Heretic. He's not just like a descendant of him, like from his bloodline or whatever. Like he's the man. He's the guy that created the fold. And Alina learned all this at the same time we did via his mom, who's like trying to save her, and then she just kind of like hid away in this like suitcase that the like Kaz and Jesper and Nesh they were just like, they just had it, and just like crawled in and was like, all right, I'm gonna hide here. And they were like, what? There's no way it's this easy. It was. You tripped backwards into success. Meanwhile, Mal, he's now got to like track her down somehow. He's like apparently the only expert tracker in the entire, dual nation Ravka or whatever. He's the only one equipped possibly to find her, even remotely. So, someone's gonna hire him, or he's just gonna find her on his own. We didn't get to see Nina, my future wife. That was a bummer. But according to the description of this episode, we will see her in this one. So that's bless up. I don't know what that was. But I'm excited. Before we jump into this episode, please consider leaving a like on the video. Helps my channel out a ton. Helps my videos get seen more. Keep tripping over my words. And subscribe if you want to see more reactions to Shadow and Bone, or Lucifer, or The Bad Batch, or Superman and Lois, or whatever show I'm watching. I watch a lot of shows right now. A few of them need to end, so I am not so busy. And then if full-length reactions are something that interests you, consider supporting me on Patreon. It's in the description below. But otherwise, that's all I gotta say. So let's watch this episode.
I've been swindled, hoodwinked,
Bamboozled.
Saints,
You're too comfortable.
unspeakable. So I ran.
How much of that is true?
None of it.
He did cross the fold with the others. The rest were lies.
What? No.
Your heart gives you away.
Oh, I didn't even notice the heartbeat. Yikes. Dude.
You are the conductor, Arkan Visser.
Wow.
Are you not?
He's pretty good. Found that out immediately.
Grisha. I had a spy.
Who?
Nina Zenik.
Oh, Nina, don't work for him.
You struck a deal with these 3 thieves to kidnap Alina Starkov. But you have
Yes.
a stronger relationship with a certain
You are remarkably perceptive.
American general who has notions of ruling his.
That's right. The prize to bring her back to Ketadam was $1 million.
What about the general?
Split 4 ways. But Zlatan offered me the same number
Just one?
to kill her. So,
Dude, you're gonna die.
I'll get...
They're leaving so they can have plausible deniability. Well, he claps you.
I think I'll handle that myself.
He gonna cut your head off, boy. You can die.
You already have.
The darkness consumes you. That's creepy. You're gonna burn your way out. Interesting. What's up, girl? How you doing?
So I'll just be on my way.
No, you won't.
You want out of East Ravka, but we can help you. We have a secure route through the fold.
Yeah, all you need is to figure out how to work a train. And Nash is alright with her leaving. She's like, heck yeah. Oh, they're both saying? Lena, darling. Oh, of course. Of course she gets on the one piece of wood with the strapping witch hunter dude. Push him off. Drown him.
To swim to shore.
Yes, that is why. She wants to live.
So there is a brain inside all that muscle.
Yeah, you guys gonna date? Because this is the way it seems to be going. Just gonna kick like a little speedboat. Flutter your feet. Just a heads up, if you're only using your left arm, you're gonna go in circles. It's just true.
Maybe
Yeah, what are you trying to
she
say?
wasn't abducted.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she was rescued. Maybe she ran with them.
I mean, you don't like her, so it makes sense that you're trying to cast some doubt, but it's also true.
She'll relax. When I have Alina.
Savage. He don't need you anymore. Your position is not the same as it used to be. That's still his room, so don't mess it up, because he'll kill you. He is a bad man. What, are you gonna kill her?
It's all going to depend on what side of the border we're on, isn't it?
Fair. Fair. No doubt.
Why don't you come inside?
Hey, brother, leave her alone. Where'd that guy come from? Oh my god! He's blinded that man. I mean, he did assault you, but like, still. I don't know if you need to blind him. Maybe not. He's a D-bag. Go ahead. Burn his eyes out. How did you find her? Can I not kiss? How did he find her? There's no way. He's that good.
Put your clothes back on.
Your
Or
wet
not.
clothes will be the death of you.
You can keep. You're fine.
I'm just trying to stay warm. You should join me.
I will.
You swam all those miles just to freeze to death in this hut.
Like, what's that, girl? Dude, just take it. Just take your clothes off, man. Come on.
Are you scared?
Are you so?
I have the
You
body
nervous?
power to help keep you warm.
I'd be nervous. Do you got some? Are you insecure? Dang,
Turn
man.
around. Turn.
What's the point in turning around if you're gonna like hug up next to each other?
You're just a man.
You're just
What are the
ripped.
others?
She's like, oh shit. Never mind. Not like the others. She's into him. That was like weirdly intimate. Yeah, he's into her. I mean, wouldn't we all be? Honestly.
So we're talking now.
Should be safe now, yeah. Oi!
Oi!
Where have you been?
It's been months, Mal. You couldn't even be bothered to reply to a single one of my letters.
What? I never had a word from you, and I wrote you nearly every single day.
Sure you did. What? Long, heartfelt letters about your exploits with gorgeous squallers.
No.
You're still afraid of Grisha women?
Long exploits about how you are his true north.
You cheated on the test when we were children. You cut your own hand.
Not because I knew it was Grisha, but because I knew what would happen if I somehow passed their test. They would have taken me away.
To a palace, Alina.
They would have split us up.
Yeah, but to a palace. You're glossing over that part.
I've been trying to get back to you this whole time.
You wrote me a letter.
Yeah, like 50 of them. Kiss. 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 Do it. Do it. Oh, I mean, good enough. So what's the plan now? Like, are you just on the run forever? Or
Always.
what, like... I don't know what's going down.
I'll always find you.
This is different.
Dude, you
You
gotta
saw
realize
something
it's
you
real,
weren't.
man.
The best illusions are the most convincing. That's the game.
You can hide behind your...
Either we get the target, or Eileen gets the Crow Club, and Pekka gets whatever's left.
Wait. Why would Helene get the Crow Club?
Because he offered it as collateral for you.
Because...
It's the only way he could get you to come with. He likes you.
Give me a hand.
Will it actually make it warm, though? Okay. Are you gonna kiss or what?
Do I scare you?
No. Of course not. Why would you think that?
Because I've seen it. In your eyes. In Krabisk.
I'm sorry. It took me this long to see you, Alina.
See you as in, like, see you.
I see you now.
Girl, I see you now. Kiss. Dude, kiss her on the mouth. Kiss him on the mouth. Come on. Overcome your guilt. Kiss him. Do it, do it, do it. Come on.
I can't wait till you get trounced by a girl.
Not in this lifetime.
I'll do it myself if I have to.
Alright, quit flirting with my wife. Pissing me off. That's the alarm. He just already has his guns out. He's like, alright, it's a friggin' party. Taco, taco. Oh, that's the sister of that dude that got killed. Oh, Inesh. Oof. Good thing you're bulletproof, brother.
Shooting me in the same spot is clever. but ineffective.
Are you sure? How bulletproof is that thing? Alright, Nesh, time to be Batman and kill the rest of this family.
You robbed me of my brother.
That's not good. But you're gone because you're Batman. Oh no, but you're bleeding. That's not good. He hit the same spot again.
Throbs a bit, am I right?
Now stare that kid in the face and shoot Ivan.
Yeah. Should have stopped while you were ahead.
Ooh!
I'd wait until the healer's close by before you pull this out. Or you'll bleed out in 30 seconds.
And kill everyone that you love, and then you.
Don't make her pull that
In
out.
that case, I'll take my knife back.
Don't talk trash when you have a knife in your chest. Oh no. Oh dear God, this is bad. This is muy bad.
It was pretty clear she wasn't interested in being a captive anymore. She's probably halfway to Novia's End by now.
Nah, see, this is where you stop it. Stop, please. Yeah, is that a grenade? What is that? Bread? I don't know.
Mr. Cracker.
Ah, you know who he is. What the flip? How'd you get away? Just a flashbang. All things considered, that went pretty well.
What are you so afraid will happen? You
He'll
think you might start to like
freeze
me?
to death? I think he's already concerned that he's gonna like you.
You don't want to like him.
I do like you.
What was that?
I do like you.
I like her too. That makes sense. Look how pretty she is.
So bad.
Because you are horrible.
You're horrible.
You are powerless to resist me.
Take it down! That's not good. You don't want to stand there. Long live the king. Thought he was gonna pull a scar for a second. Just yeet her off that. He thought about it for a second. For a second, he thought about it. Slow motion? Put that coat on her in slow-mo? Like it's a super significant thing? Steal the general's
That's right.
thing.
Yes. Indeed it is.
Steal it. Hey, what's up, man?
Hello. You threw a book at me.
Hey, that's that book. I read in some interesting facts about this show that's like the original cover of the book of this show.
You don't need to put...
Are you raising your hand?
David.
Well, Jenny gave her a ring, so when we get within 1 mile of her, I can direct us.
That's very...
Proving again
That's effective. I don't know why you didn't bring that up earlier. Dummy.
I made some stupid choices at the Little Palace. And he...
Don't owe me an explanation. It's gonna keep you safe.
He kind of a little bit owes you an explanation. Yeah.
Some tracker. A corporal.
Loser. He beat you to her.
Orphans of Crimson.
You big
Reunited.
dummy.
Adorable.
It is adorable, honestly. And
Miss Starkov
it's
is in the
hilarious that you're so mad. Suck it.
She's going after us.
Oh, well, how do you know that? How do you know? It's upsetting that you figured that out. It is so satisfying to see him mad. Okay, alright. Alright. Starting off the bat, we have a nice interrogation scene. Interrogation scene? Ben Barnes, my man's, Prince Caspian, aka Billy Bones, is interrogating the conductor, and the conductor, I don't know why he's like even trying to pretend that he's not clearly like a spy, because it's like, dude, come on now, you're clearly not a good person. And they have a heart dude like right next to him, like, yeah, he's everything he says is a lie. Now, in olden times, I assume that works, but I feel like if you're a real spy, like if you're like a bona fide real spy, you could probably like purposefully slow down your heart rate so you could lie very convincingly, and you could probably beat these heart renders. But the conductor is not so lucky. He got paid 1 million Kruger individual styles to kill Alina, and he wants to be like, hey, if you give me half of that, I will help you find her. And it's just like, dude, I don't know what you think you're doing. Like, you're not making it out of this alive. And yeah, then the general swallows him with darkness. I don't know where he goes after that, if the darkness just like eats him and then he's like a skeleton after, or if the darkness like creates some sort of like pocket dimension that he's then stuck in forever, or if that particular part of like the underground castle is now just like permanently shrouded in darkness. like what goes on when that happens logistically. No idea. Alina gets out of her little cage, and then she's like, I'm not gonna be captive. I don't want to hang out with you guys. And she just runs away. And they're like, well, frick. Not gonna happen. And they try and find her a little bit, but then they get in some fights and bad stuff happens. And then we cut to my future wife, good old Nina. So Nina, last time that we saw her, she was still on the boat with all those people, and there was a big storm coming. I guess they didn't feel like showing the storm, probably because it cost CGI money. And they just were like, you know what? Instead of showing this boat sink, we're just going to show it after it's sunk. And Titanic styles, she's on a piece of wood, but not Titanic styles, they fit 2 people on it, and it's great. And luckily she can keep them warm, even though he was swimming the wrong way. He had both legs kicking and flapping, but he was only using one arm. And logistically, like when you swim that way, you just go in a circle. And I don't think he thought about that. But they're warming up to each other figuratively and literally. they're just kind of like, they're walking through the ice place and they're flirting, and then they sleep naked next to each other, and he's like not about it because he's just like, one, he's not used to a woman being so forward, but two, like, he doesn't want to like her because he knows, like, he's having that internal conflict of like, if we survive and we're on my side of things, she's probably gonna die. Like, I don't know if he's probably like, I don't have this much pull to, one, keep her alive, and even if I did, I would be like branded as like a traitor to my people. So he's kind of like prepping for her to die, if that makes sense. So he's like not allowing himself to get close to her or enjoy her, but like she's chipping away because she's so freaking charming and unbelievably attractive. And you know, she's just like, I feel like she's a lot more confident in the fact that she's not gonna kill him than he is in the fact that he might have to kill her. But she gets him to admit, she's like, you like me, and he's like, I do. And then they save each other's lives, and it's great, and they're really cute together. And you know, that's fine if they want to date for now, but eventually, Nina, my girl, we are getting married. I don't want to dislike this man. He's very nice. Even though some of his views are a little outdated. He's a nice guy. So don't make me hate him. He can be friends with us, but we are getting married. Oh man, I already can imagine someone in the comments thinking that I'm like legit, like, this is happening, we are doing this. And someone's gonna be commenting like, you don't have ownership over a woman like that. I'm like, I'm clearly joking, calm down. Okay, but yeah, that's their whole shindig happening over there. Let's talk about the main peeps. My homie G's the Crow Club. So Crow Club, after Alina escapes, they're like, well, let's find her, I guess. And they're drinking and they're, you know, doing their thing in a bar, and they're trying to figure out what to do. But then they're like, are we gonna go home empty-handed? And Kaz lets it slip that he leveraged the Crow Club, their bar, for, well, he doesn't say what it was for, but he mentions that if they don't get Alina, he loses the club. And Inesh is like, what the piss? She's probably gonna be all mad at him, like, you gave up the Crow Club. But no, he did that for you, girl, because he loves you. He loves you. He wants to kiss you. And they're struggling to find, and then the general rolls up and he's like, find her. I want her alive. Cue Darth Vader from A New Hope. I want her alive. And they're all looking for each other, and the Grisha show up, and there's a really nice sequence showing how capable they all are, where Inej straight up just stabs this chick in the chest. And she's like, doesn't want to kill her, so she's like, all right, you're gonna want to wait until you find a healer before you take this out of yourself. And then that girl, you know, obviously upset over the death of her brother, so she's like, I'm gonna hunt you down and kill everyone you've ever loved. And then Inej is like, well, frick, in that case, taking this back and you can die. So that's now 2 people that she's killed. This one, you know, I think both for good reasons. One was to save Kaz, and then this one was more self-defense, but then like future self-defense, if that makes sense, like not in the moment styles. And she's bleeding now, so that's not good. And then Jesper is he's very good with guns. So we learned some info about the Keftas. They are bulletproof, but if you just hit the same spot every time, then they're slightly less bulletproof, obviously. And he's so good that he's like bouncing bullets off of things and still hitting the same spot. Like, he's that good. That's insane. I don't know what he is doing, living some low like street life in a bar. Like he he is so good at shooting things. He could like one man team heists like on his own. He could steal anything he wants. He's shown that he doesn't have very many qualms about killing people. Like he's generally seems to be kind of all right with that. He could literally be like the richest man in this show, just walking in with some guns and just being like pop, 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 killing everybody, taking anything he wants. Jesper could be the most OP character in this show. But speaking of OP characters, the General Kiergan, the 900-year-old grandpa, just strolls up to Kaz and he's like, "You dumb hoe. You took my girl. Where is she?" And Kaz is like, "Dude, I'm gonna just throw some shade right now. I don't have her, but she doesn't want to be your captive anymore." And it almost gets cut in half, throws a flashbang, gets away. You know, he can't really enter into a big combat scene because he's got a cane. So it wouldn't end well, unless he's faking. No. And then they can't ride a horse because Inej is bleeding. So they're like, we got to steal this carriage from the general. And they knock the weird guy out, you know, the fabricator. Is something up with him? Like, I don't know how to say this. At first I thought he was like deaf, because he was like doing stuff with his hand, but then it was just apparent that he was just raising his hand to like answer a question. But then just, I don't know. I don't want to sound insensitive when I say this. So please, before I ask this question, don't be upset if you are someone that this may apply to, or if you just don't like me in general. My second thought was like, I don't want to say he's weird, because that's not, you know, that's not the right way to describe that. But like, he's not atypical. So my question is like, is he on somewhere on like the spectrum? If he would be in normal Earth, like would he be considered that? I don't know. He just seemed very unique and different. Just kind of like the way his mannerisms, the way he talks. Like, is that a thing in the books? I don't know. But he's like, hey, my girlfriend, or the one that likes me and I kind of probably like her too, gave Alina this ring that I can track if we're within a mile of her. And it's like, dude, why did you bring that up before? Like, I would have brought that up on the way, been like, hey, I got this thing. Well, no. And then as soon as you get there, I'd be like, oh, well, we're not within a mile, so she's not here. Could have saved everybody a ton of time. I would be pissed if I was the general. I'd be like, why did you not bring this up? And then, you know, he's talking to the general. He's talking to some people at the end. You know, he's all pissed off because she left and doesn't want to be with him. And then he finds out Mal is there. And it's just so satisfying because he's so pissed off that he's like, long lost orphans finding each other. How adorable. And it's like, yes, it is. In fact, Prince Caspian, it is adorable. And I am immensely happy that it makes you so upset. But then he figures out, like, he somehow just knows, which, you know, that part is a little bit of a stretch. That he's like, oh, she went into the woods to the north. That just happened to be the direction she was running. And he's like, oh, they're in the woods to the north. I know where they're going. They're going to find the stag. Which, I mean, is this the city? Was this the Chernesk city or whatever? And Mal was like, oh, it's in the woods north of Chernesk. Is that how he is like making that assumption? Because I wouldn't necessarily say just because she's in the woods to the north that they're trying to find the stag. You know, the leap in logic is just a tad far on that one. But, you know, the connections are there. They're just a little bit loose. But then, these poor lovesick children finally meet after she bails into the woods. He's just there. He's like, hey, shut up. We're hiding. And she feels so guilty. Well, at first she's mad. Actually, at first she's hyped. She's like, Mal, the love of my life, you're here. And then she's mad at him because she's like, why the frick didn't you answer my letters? Like, we're talking. You come show up after you ignored me for months. And he's like, dude, I wrote you letters like every day. I'm freaking in the woods trying to find you. And like, he's like, in his head, he's probably like, do you not get how far I've come to find you? Neither of them are willing to tell each other that they've always loved each other. But, you know, he's showing it with actions. And she, I think, is starting to feel guilty because she's straight up made out with the general like a day before. Like, just the day previous, just hard making out with this guy. And she's looking at this guy, realizing that he never gave up on her. And all the actions that she did after that of getting rid of her scar, you know, fully embracing the shadow and bone lifestyle, the Kefta Grisha lifestyle. She's realizing like all that stuff she did because she thought he abandoned her, and now she's feeling hella guilty. But he mentioned that she's got an appetite now, and I'm guessing that's due to her powers. Like, the powers keep them young and healthy, and she previously, I guess, didn't eat much. I don't know. But he's like, you look good. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, I see you now. And it's like, dude, just say you love her. Like, I know you're kind of saying it without saying it, but just like say it. And they're just like, they're having just these heartfelt moments in the woods. And he's like, we gotta go, you know, like we can't be here forever. And she's like, let's find that freaking stag after I heal your wounds while you're shirtless. There's a multitude of moments within this episode where people were just like shirtless and just kind of like weirdly intimate with each other without actually like fully being intimate. But they are going to find this stag, and it's going to be a grand old time. And eventually they're going to kiss, and it'll be glorious. And I'll be so freaking happy. Because I chose this side from day one. From day one, it was apparent they're going to be together. And I picked that side, and it is slowly coming to fruition. You know, she's going to get over her guilt. She's going to tell him. She's going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I kissed him. And he's going to be like, dude. He'll be hurt for a little bit. But then he'll be like, you know what? I don't care. I love you. And it'll be great. It'll be freaking great. Next episode is called The Unsee, whatever that means. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I enjoyed this episode. I enjoy the chemistry between Alina and Mal. I enjoy the chemistry between Matthias and Nina, even though I'm in love with her, and it hurts my heart a little bit. The Crow Club, always top notch, MVPs of every episode, obviously. I mean, just look at them, each and every one of them, just killing the game constantly. Hopefully because they're not going to get Alina back to that businessman, right? So hopefully, they got to find a way to get their club back. You know, maybe now that Inesh is like kind of okay with killing people, you can just kill that lady. Or just, you know, have Jesper just walk up and shoot her in the face. Be like, all right, debt over. We win. I don't know, man. Let me know what you thought of this episode down below. If you enjoyed what you saw, whether it be the episode itself or my reaction, please consider leaving a like on the episode. That means a ton. If you want to see more of my reactions to anything I'm watching on the channel, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if full-length reactions are something that interests you specifically to this episode or more episodes that I watch in the future, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean a lot as well. But other than that, I think that's all I got. So I will catch you guys next time. Peace.